Alright, everything is straight. Let's go with y'all boys. Okay. Y'all already saw my predictions. I mean, the answer is pretty clear. I don't think Death Battle can mess this one up. We'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be super surprised, to be honest. It's Death Battle.
Ichigo Kurosaki versus Yusuke Urameshi.
The substitute Shinigami of Bleach versus the spirit detective of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Technically speaking, we're not even watching Ichigo's. We're not even watching a death battle. We're just gonna watch Yusuke get torn apart.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And
It's our job to analyze the weapons, armors, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. They've been saying the same thing for the last 12 years.
Tell me, Boomstick, what happens when we die?
Endless nothingness? Jeez, man, I don't know. We just started.
Our souls are ferried by Shinigami, gods of death, in an eternal cycle of death and rebirth.
That was my second guess.
And when a soul goes astray, warped by evil and regret, it's a Shinigami's job to purify such violent hollows and send them off to the realm of the dead, the Soul Society.
Works great, till it doesn't. Enter Ichigo Kurosaki, whose tragic anime backstory came way too early when his mom was killed by a hollow. Reason number one why you
He's
should never want
5'11".
your
I
kid
thought he was
to be
taller
the
than that.
anime protagonist.
Left with his grief, young Ichigo was crushed under the weight of survivor's guilt.
So he lashed out the only way he knew how, beating people up.
But this wound began to heal when he found his calling, upon meeting a Shinigami named Rukia. To stop a powerful hollow, she gave Ichigo her powers, rousing unseen potential.
Bro, I
within.
wish I could just like erase my memory, go back and watch Bleach again.
Substitute Shinigami. To carry out his duties, Ichigo sheds his body for an invisible one made of spiritual matter called Reishi. He can wield vast amounts of spiritual energy called Ryoku and exert it offensively in the form of spiritual pressure or Reiatsu.
Okay, that's a lot of big words, but all it really means is he's a super-powered ghost with an epic sword. His spirit aura is so strong, he can stun-lock foes, crushing them under his own power, even fatally.
He controls spirit matter in and around him, hardening his skin for defense and leaping off of invisible footholds in the air. Paired with speed-boosting skills like Shunpo, he can virtually fly.
Say goodbye to the kid who beat up bullies for their lunch money.
Oh yeah,
Hello
Yusuke
to the
and
town's
Ichigo
new
both delinquents.
superhero, with fellow Ghostbusters, Orihime, Chad, and Uryu. Plus Rukia, it was the Shinigami's job to tear hollows a new hole.
While balancing responsibilities at school, of course. GPA comes first, and maybe a round or two of tech.
But it wouldn't be possible without his Shinigami blade, a Zanpakuto. It's basically a super-powered spirit that's physically a sword. Ghost sword.
Though strangely, Ichigo's sword is composed of two distinct spirits, both named Zangetsu, which isn't confusing at all.
Just call him
Oh,
Old Man Zangetsu.
I'll go ahead and
Follows
spoil it. Basically, Old Man Zangetsu is not his Zanpakuto. It is a fragment of his Quincy powers, and Hollow Zangetsu is his Zanpakuto.
Getsu. Anyway, the double ghost sword gives Ichigo lots of new moves, including his trademark attack, the sword beam to end all sword beams, Getsuga Tensho!
Getsuga Tensho is incredibly powerful, and so effective that Ichigo developed multiple variants. He can fire it as a wave, detonate it mid-attack to act as a barrier, and combine two at once into the even
Getsuga
stronger
Jujisho.
Getsuga Jujisho.
To cut even the biggest hollows down to size, Ichigo was ridiculously strong, even from frame 1.
He can make giant shockwaves and parry spiritual light beams from a Menos Grande. And these aren't fake, slower-than-light lasers. Guidebooks confirm they're real light, and the novels say so too.
Plus, early on, Uryu moved so fast that he left his own shadow behind.
But as Ichigo became more involved with the Soul Society, he quickly found that he wasn't good enough.
This Byakuya guy's so fast, Ichigo can't even see him.
Yeah, the Soul Society arc was my
Massive
favorite.
Training arc. Hit the music.
Until now, Zangetsu had operated only in its base state, Shikai. So Ichigo learned to release its inner power, a 10 times boost that takes most Shinigami a decade to master. Bankai!
In Bankai, his speed skyrocketed, letting him turn the tables on douchebag Byakuya.
I think I need to rewatch it for the 5th
Attack
time.
that could destroy the whole frickin' Soul Society.
Because Ichigo's greatest gift is his potential to improve. Despite only being a teenager, he mastered swordsmanship well enough to thrash experts who had been training for centuries. He can quickly adapt to new weapons and styles mid-fight, surpassing his limits time and time again.
Like when he took on Catboy Grimjow. He was getting clamped, but as soon as he heard Orihime cheering him on, that was all he needed to smash that kitty.
You mean Grimjow, right?
Yeah, but even with
He
that
did
weak
Grimjow
character
pretty
energy,
dirty, I'm not gonna
Ichigo
lie.
couldn't match Big Bad Aizen. With just a finger, Aizen stopped Ichigo's Bankai.
And his theme.
Song, Rude.
Ichigo needed to tap into his unexplained hollow power. Except Hollow Zangetsu wasn't going to make it easy.
Old Man Zang's pretty chill, but this guy's a menace.
Still, Ichigo needed his help and conjured a hollow mask to expand his power. But this meant the hollow within only grew stronger.
Masked up, he can fire lasers, bypass super senses, and heal lost limbs. But piss him off enough, and he'll go full hollow. And you really don't want that.
I wish we saw more Vasta Lorde.
And was enough to crush Ukiura in a battle that shook all of Hueco Mundo, the world of hollows.
Full hollow Ichigo could even tear through all 3 layers of hell.
But with help from his secret Shinigami father, Ichigo continued to train for months in the Dangai, a corridor between dimensions, until he was finally ready to challenge Aizen.
Challenge is an understatement. He manhandled Aizen.
Fun fact, he didn't reach the same strength he had when he got his Zanpakuto and his Bankai back. He wasn't nearly as strong as he was in his Dankai state. He only regained that strength at the end, towards the end of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc.
Sheer aura, and flexed so hard he smashed out of the black coffin, which crushes space like a mini black hole.
And yet, it still wasn't enough. So by becoming Getsuga itself, Ichigo unleashed his ultimate attack, Mugetsu, defeating Aizen at the cost of all his power.
He might have saved everyone, but now it was back to Normieville.
Ichigo never truly realized until then just how much being a Shinigami meant to him. The power to protect others, his drive, his pride in himself was gone. He would give anything to get it back.
And he did, thanks to a surprise assist from Rukia. Boom! Shinigami again!
Just in time for a 1,000-year blood war with a final endgame boss, Yhwach,
who planned to end everything. And while other Shinigami tried their
Oh,
best,
they did. That guy's so dirty. The lieutenant of Squad 1.
only Ichigo was special enough to pull it off.
His father was a Shinigami. His mother was a member of the ancient Quincy's and possessed by a hollow. Hence, his 2 Zanpakuto spirits, one Quincy, the other hollow and Shinigami, made Ichigo a perfect union to break Yhwach's plan. Finally, Ichigo understood himself, fully unifying with both Zanpakuto spirits within. With that came a new Shikai and 2 new Zanpakuto.
True Shikai! If you thought Ichigo was strong before, oh boy, he's the strongest Shinigami alive. They're dead. Undead? Yeah.
Stronger than Kanbachi, who could split the Dangai in half. Stronger than Senjumaru, who shook heaven and earth across the realms. And
Yeah, I just
strong
don't
enough
see
to
what
match
Yusuke is
Yhwach,
doing, I'm not
even
gonna lie.
after he absorbed the Soul King.
Juiced up with Soul King power, Yhwach could nuke all 3 realms. The human world, Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo, plus the Dangai and Garganta in between, which have a bunch of pocket dimensions sprinkled in. Hell, just the Soul King's corpse sent a shockwave across all the realms.
And it's not a matter of disrupting the flow of souls. Yhwach was going to end everything through sheer power alone.
But Ichigo still wasn't done powering up.
Entering a new half-hollow form and merging his Getsuga Tencho with a mighty hollow attack, the Gran Ray Sero.
Making a giant crescent slash that rips through space itself.
All that power culminating in his true Bankai. A power so great, even Yhwach was scared of it.
Joke's on you! Ichigo didn't even need it! You're done!
Ichigo was finally content. And 10 years later, he remains a Shinigami, having found the courage to stand on the edge of life and death, conquer his fears, and walk onward. Most teenagers have no idea what they want to do with their
It
life.
sucks we never really got to like see his true Bankai, because Yuhabai wouldn't have nothing to do with it.
However, that was hardly a problem for juvenile delinquent Yusuke Urameshi, because he only ever wanted to do one thing.
Throw hands! It don't matter who the ops are, be they women, old folk, or babies, Yusuke lived to fight. It's what gave life meaning. Who cares about stupid things like friends and family?
Which is why it was so surprising when one day he threw himself in front of a speeding car to save a child, bringing that reckless life to a screeching halt.
Truck-kun claims another victim.
But this is chapter 1 of a battle shonen, so death is hardly the end.
Surprisingly, though, it wasn't a spooky skeleton in a hood who arrived to claim Yusuke's soul. It was a blue-haired anime girl on a broomstick.
This was Botan, whose job was to ferry Yusuke's newly deceased spirit off to the afterlife.
Unfortunately, or I guess fortunately for him, he was such an asshole that the underworld didn't see his selfless death coming and didn't have any space prepared for him.
Oh, he's gonna go to
Imagine
hell?
being such a menace to society that the second you do something nice, hell itself gets caught with its pants down.
So the underworld surrogate king, Koenma, offered Yusuke an alternative. He could return to life as an agent of the afterlife, a spirit detective, solving supernatural crimes and fighting off demonic threats to humanity.
Naturally, Yusuke did what anyone would do in that situation, and told Satan Jr. to stuff it! I mean, he was never really good for anything, and no one was gonna miss him, so what's the point of coming back to life? It's not like his mom would be sad, or his childhood sweetheart Keiko would be heartbroken, or even his rival Kuwabara would shed manly tears. Oh man.
At the sight of loved ones who cared far more than he ever expected, Yusuke had a change of heart and accepted Koenma's offer, returning to life with a new purpose and a new job.
And newfound ass-kicking ability. In his quest to beat the dog shit out of demon kind, Yusuke learned to harness Reiki, or spirit energy. He's ridiculously
Kind of sounds like Reishi to me.
strong, fast, and durable, heals from wounds quickly, and can see spirits invisible to mortal men.
Even early on, Yusuke could parry Suzaku's lightning arrows, which are formed from real lightning called down from the sky. And with the help of legendary warrior Genkai, he mastered a signature move that could blast anyone to smithereens.
My favorite shonen move ever, the
Spirit Gun.
At first, Yusuke had a limited number of shots, but eventually, he turned it into his personal WMD. Stronger than any weapon on Earth, he could go finger blasting around as much as he wants.
The spirit gun is more versatile than it appears. Yusuke can bounce it off surfaces for sneak attacks, propel himself around like a rocket in flight, and produce massive explosions with each shot.
He can twist it up for a spirit shotgun, a mighty AoE blast, or a spirit punch, where he keeps the energy stored in his
I don't really want to see
Clever
Yusuke
that
die, I'm not
idea.
gonna lie.
And the spirit wave, a Kamehameha from before we uncultured Americans knew what a Kamehameha was.
Yusuke may be a punk, but he's deceptively skilled and cunning in battle.
He's not afraid to fight dirty, throwing his shoes, using sleight of hand to place cigarettes on his foe to track them in the dark.
Personally, I'd call that smart, and his hand-to-hand is A+. He's matched experts like Kabano, who's said to have mastered all forms of martial combat.
But his best secret is how quickly he improves. All it takes is a round of training or someone threatening his
Can't
friends,
see
and
shit.
Yusuke's power will spike to
If you're
match
on,
stronger enemies.
if you're on the
Even if he's
shorts,
literally
just go
burning
ahead and
through
go
his
to
own
the
life
full
force
video.
for a power
Hold on.
All known
I'm
demons.
on dual output right now. Let me just go ahead and send that in chat. I'm on dual output. Go to my page to see the full screen. I probably should have said that.
And demon fighters are individually ranked on a scale of power from E to
Yeah, look.
S.
E and D class demons
I
are
have
nothing
horizontal
special.
output
We're
in
talking
my
local
live.
threats at best. C and B are getting a bit dicey in a destroy your city kind of way. A and S? Well, hold
Sorry
on
about
to
that.
your ass. We're talking end of the world.
As Yusuke forged bonds with new allies, like demons Hiei and Kurama, as well as his old pal Kuwabara, he found himself facing opponents he couldn't beat, such as the monstrous Toguro, who could vaporize weaker demons and crush their souls with sheer aura.
But Yusuke needed to survive and protect his loved ones. So, he had no choice but
I don't
to
wanna
rank
see
up,
Yusuke get
even
ripped
if it
apart.
meant absorbing the power of a small star. Thanks, Genkai!
Our sun has an average luminosity of 380 septillion watts, or joules per second. Small stars like red dwarfs output about 1/10,000th of that. So this spirit orb's energy per second would equal about 9 million megatons of TNT.
Enough to
What's
send
up,
Toguro
Savior?
to the grave.
Even after pushing past his own limits, Yusuke would still need more power to face S-class threats like Sensui, a past spirit detective gone bad, and a great measuring stick for what top-tier demons are capable of.
Sensui was so yoked he couldn't even use all his power in the human world without threatening to bring down the whole thing. he compared destroying the whole goddamn planet to kicking an anthill.
According to Genkai, Yusuke could destroy the planet too, if he really wanted. And even A-class threats like King Enma have shaken both the demon and human worlds.
That anima guy is strong as balls. In the past, he fought the Netherworld King Yakumo, who could eradicate the entire human world and remake the Netherworld.
But Yusuke's power surpassed both of them, to the point where he overloaded
Do you have
Yakumo with
something
his own
called
energy.
emotions?
And do keep in mind, Yusuke was still
Hold on.
only A-class at the time.
What do you mean by that? Do I have something called emotions? What kind of question is that?
A far cry from S-classes like Sensui,
The hell?
whose sacred energy was 10 times his superior.
But not for long, sucker, because turns out Yusuke was a demon himself.
Oh yeah, his
Literally,
grandfather.
Yusuke is the descendant of an ancient and incredibly powerful being, one of the strongest in existence, Ryzen, the Demon King.
With his Mizoku mark, Yusuke can channel Ryzen's spirit for a huge power boost.
I need to rewatch Yu Yu
Massive
Hakusho.
thirst for murder boost. This was his first taste of a dangerous new type of spirit energy, Yoki.
A form of energy used by demons. Like normal Reiki, it can be amplified by intense emotions. Unlike normal Reiki, its use creates a pleasurable feeling, feeding into the user's rage and bloodlust, the feral animal within.
So Yusuke upgraded his spirit gun to a demon gun. It's the same thing, but red. Oh, and it's strong enough to blast
I don't
sexually past
see
the horizon,
any
putting Yusuke's
emotions
power
on your
firmly in its
face.
class.
And making him a prime candidate
What?
to rule the demon world.
I'm just watching it right now. Nothing's happened yet. What? I'm just watching. Nothing's happened yet. We haven't even seen the battle. I'm just watching stuff that I already know. Okay, I already watched both Bleach and Yu Yu Hakusho.
As he was thrust into a tournament vying for that throne, Yusuke began to wonder if all this power was what he really wanted.
Self-reflection? From I'll kick your ass, Yusuke Urameshi? Nah, we can worry about that later. There's a tournament to win. Which one of you, girl, baby, or grandparents is first?
Even then, as Yusuke took on the Demon King Yomi in an epic final battle, he was still growing. He had become far stronger than before, even achieving a unique version of the Mizoku form separate from Ryzen's influence.
And a brand spanking new form of power. Kinda like Sensui's sacred energy, but even better. It's so unprecedented, it doesn't even have a name, but it's golden glowy.
Strong enough to clash with Yomi, creating an explosion that split the heavens above and decimated the Okunin tree below. Pushing the
It's been
Demon
years
King
since I've
himself
watched Yu Yu
to his
Hakusho. I need to
absolute
rewatch it.
limits.
I don't
But
remember
then
some of this stuff.
Yusuke lost. It's not
Okay,
all
I see
bad,
you,
though.
Savior.
Even if being king would have been cool, Yusuke realized he wanted something more. He'd grown up and chose to walk a new path.
It was always Yusuke's connections with others that motivated him above all else. And it was in those connections that he found his happy ending.
But I wouldn't piss him off if you can avoid it. Get him in the right mood or threaten the human world, and the spirit detective will beat your stupid ass.
Long has its return been foretold, but now, finally, it is reborn.
The original Death Battle shirt that once dominated the world.
Shirt, with that's also kind of like
Get it? And the sign.
the show. All possibilities.
Okay, let's see Yusuke get ripped apart.
It's a demon.
That's hollow.
No doubt about it.
How do they always cook with the soundtracks, bro?
Spirit gun! Getsuga Tensho!
Oh, that was smart. What?
Chump change. Reckless idiot! What a baby! Little demon energy got you scared?
Nah.
Getsuga! Jujutsu! Two at once?
Oh, the Juju show?
Why didn't I think of that?
Give in to me, Yusuke.
Nah, if he's able to overpower, there's no way he's able to overpower Juju show.
Hell no!
No way he's able to overpower Juju show.
You just don't be back!
Okay. This is way too close to be accurate.
Yeesh, rude awakening. This one's a piece of work. Need a hand, partner?
Yes.
Like old times.
On time! Tensa! Sangetsu!
It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over.
Is that the best you can do? I can go even faster if you'd like.
Hell yeah! Bring it on, asshole! I'll kill you even if it kills me! I'm putting it all on the line! You better do the same! Screw that!
Ooh. Okay, this is pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie.
Give me a freaking break.
See you on the other side.
Hey, GG's. Hey, GG's.
You,
That was cinema.
the afterlife offers frequent
That was
flyer
cinema.
miles?
There's a lot to cover here, so let's break this down into 4
Hey.
chapters, starting with their
Hey, I can't even hate. That was cinema. I can't even hate. That was cinema. I mean, I kind of wish it was a little bit longer, but given like, I mean, hey, it was accurate. I could be happy with that. It was accurate. Oh, I want to rewatch that last part again.
Give me a freaking break. Give me a freak. Give me a freaking break.
See you on the other side.
No, I really like how they finished that, because like normally with like Ichigo's signature or with any like character in Bleach, they always like cut down like from someone's shoulder to their hip, and that's normally how like they win fights. I don't know why, but that's how it is. They always cut the shoulder. So the fact that he was able to beat him like that, it's kind of really cool.
Give me
Yep.
a freaking break.
See you on the other side.
That was great.
KO! You, think the afterlife offers frequent flyer miles?
There's a lot to cover here, so let's break this down into 4 chapters, starting with their abilities.
Yusuke could see Ichigo no problem, and resist auras like Togoro's that are similar to Reiatsu, so Ichigo couldn't cheese a win right away.
Otherwise, Yusuke was outmatched. Sure, the Spirit Gun could potentially match the Getsuga Tensho, and he had stat-boosting forms like the Mizoku. Ichigo, however, had more varied powers, a better healing factor, greater stamina given his months of Dongai training,
And all those swords.
I'm not gonna lie.
Way more
It would have
abilities.
been cool if they put Ichigo up against someone who is stronger, so we could see like the like true Bankai Bugetsu. That would be crazy.
to play with.
Likewise, speed was a fairly easy call. Yusuke could react to lightning early on, and obviously got much faster over time. Looking at this blast from his clash with Yomi, it erupted upwards at 57% the speed of light.
But Ichigo was faster.
Oh,
than
he's
light
way
from the
faster
start,
than
and
Speed
he's
of Light.
gotten faster too. He couldn't even
Way
see
faster
Ichigo
than
at
Speed of
first,
Light.
But blitzed him in the rematch. Plus, he's got tons of training and power-ups since then.
The Soul King Shockwave, for example, expanded across the realms at thousands of times light speed, and Ichigo reacted to attacks from Soul King Yuhabak that utilized the same power. So, Ichigo takes speed.
Knew it.
But Yusuke's fought plenty of foes faster and more varied than him, so it's extremely important to examine their tactics and ability to adapt mid-fight.
This is kind of
Okay, go ahead and give
thing.
tactics to
Ichigo
Yusuke,
is
I
styled
guess.
on guys with centuries of training
I'll
and
give
has
Yusuke
over
that. He
a
definitely
decade
has
of
tactics
experience as a
over.
Shinigami. He's pretty good
Yeah.
at figuring out new weapons and styles.
Meanwhile, Yusuke was flexible and quick to adapt, mixing cleverness with exceptional hand-to-hand. He's good enough to match Kabano, who mastered every martial art. Ichigo's decent at hand-to-hand, but it's not his go-to in the same way.
So, both had their strong suits, with advantages on each side. It's fair to call this one a draw.
Leaving only the biggest winning factor, which could have superseded all other advantages: power.
Between Sensui, Genkai, and Enma, Yusuke could definitely destroy the planet. Examining his sky-splitting clash with Yomi and measuring its scale, that's about 4 quadrillion megatons of TNT, which is crazy.
Similarly, mid-series Ichigo could shake Huecomundo, tear through hell, and block attacks that could destroy the Soul Society.
Yep.
But at his peak, he beat Yuhabak, who could destroy several realms, which is far more impressive than just one.
Yeah.
To be fair, Yusuke also beat Yakumo, who could threaten 2 realms at the same time. Pretty close to Yuhabak's threatening 3.
And Yusuke far surpassed Yakumo afterward. The gap between him and Sensui alone was 10 times. So there could be an argument for Yusuke's power surpassing Ichigo if 3 realms was truly Ichigo's limit.
Fortunately for Ichigo, it's not. Yuhabak was also gonna destroy the Garganta, which has at least 29 pocket dimensions inside it.
Each containing at least a planet and star, much larger than Yusuke's planet-sized worlds. Plus, Ichigo matched Yuhabak in True Shikai, without his additional boost from Half Hollow and True Bankai.
As always with Death Battle, there's arguments either way. But the way we see it, even being generous with Yusuke's power and conservative with Ichigo's, the gap was just too big, giving Ichigo the final edge. Sorry if things got
I remember when these guys did Thor versus Vegeta. Someone asked me to react to Thor versus Vegeta. Someone asked me to react to Thor versus Vegeta. I haven't watched it yet. But I'm just going to go ahead and say Vegeta. I mean, I don't know too much about Marvel, but I think Vegeta definitely gets that.
see, but that's just how Ichigo's.
The winner is Ichigo Kurosaki.
Alright, let's see what the next one is.
Time on
Let's see what the next one is. Is that? I don't know what that is. What is this? Okay, it's okay. What about the? I know this guy. What's this? Oh my god! Yo, Cell is frying him, bro. Cell, what? Bro, Cell is frying him. Yo, what? That's not fair. That's not a fair fight. That is not a fair fight. Oh my god. Yeah, we've never seen Cell in Death Battle before, so it's gonna be kind of
Subscribe
exciting.
and join us.
Cell versus Metal Sonic. That's gonna be crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely saw the outcome of Yusuke versus Ichigo coming from a mile away. Yeah, I don't know. People be glazing the Sonic verse. People be glazing like the Archie Sonic form verse with all like the Archie Sonic forms and stuff. I don't know if Metal Sonic is like on that echelon of the like Archie Sonic verse, okay? So I don't think he really matches up to Cell. Now if it was like Archie Sonic versus Cell, Archie Sonic, because does he have like reality altering abilities? Definitely him. But if it's Metal Sonic, isn't Metal Sonic just on par with like normal Sonic? I don't think he beats Cell. I mean, who knows? There's probably a freaking Nintendo game from 1987 that says Metal Sonic wins. Who knows? I don't know anything about Sonic, and I don't really have the capacity to want to know anything about Sonic because I do not have a Nintendo, nor am I a Nintendo guy. But yeah, I saw this shit coming from a mile away. Who did they have the credits? Ichigo, Adam Park. Wow, would you look at that? No, Ichigo, I don't think. Okay, see, do you know? I don't know. I just know they be talking crazy about Sonic like he's a god. Yeah, for sure. Okay, here's what I think. I think that Johnny Young Bosch voiced Ichigo for this. I know it for sure. They definitely had Johnny Young Bosch voice Ichigo for this. But do you remember how they had Bryce Papenbrook voice Silver in the Trunks vs. Silver Death Battle, but they didn't put his actual name because like of legal reasons? I think Adam Park means something. I think Adam Park like means something. I don't know. It means something. Screw the Super Bowl. This is more important. Yeah, for sure. For sure. for sure. But yeah, that's what I think because a viewer in one of my last videos, when I pointed out that that guy sounded like Bryce Papenbrook, he said that oh, this guy's also reacting to a live. Who's he? Oh, it's over. Anyways, he pointed out that Bryce Papenbrook did in fact voice Silver, but he had to put in like a stage name or like a fake name because he wasn't allowed to, apparently. But who is Metal Sonic and like where does he scale? Let's look up Metal Sonic full power. Like, how strong is Metal Sonic? Oh, they did a death battle with Metal Sonic. Okay, I might as well just watch the Metal Sonic death battle. And then, no, I'll just watch the explanation of his abilities. And then I'll be able to say whether or not he beats Sonic. Bowser versus Eggman. Use Metal Sonic. Okay, this is from 8 years ago, but I don't think they really make Sonic content that much anymore. So it probably should be kind of up to date. Alright, let's see.
Duty of all who dedicate their lives to the science of robotics. Make the coolest, deadliest machine you possibly
This is
can. Sonic. Dr. Hills, ruled by his own iron fist. However, there was just one small problem. A speedy blue problem.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the fastest thing alive. No matter how many times Eggman tried taking over the world, this freedom fighter just kept getting in his way.
But like any respectable scientist, Eggman was a problem solver. Thus, he developed the ultimate hedgehog killer, a machine which would not just equal his speedy nemesis, but surpass him.
And Dr. Tubby called his greatest creation Metal Sonic. He's even got a sweet chest speaker to blast Slayer all day long.
Speaker? What? No, he's just made of metal.
Oh, that's cool too.
To contend with his cool blue rival, Metal Sonic was built to reach and maintain incredible speeds.
And unlike most of his wacky inventions, Eggman
With pulse laser from his chest, construct a black shield which seems practically indestructible, and blast through obstacles by going V maximum overdrive.
Black Shield like some killer band names to me.
To activate V maximum overdrive, Metal overloads his own circuits to quadruple his speed while simultaneously surrounding himself with a destructive energy field.
If all that wasn't enough, Metal Sonic can scan his opponents to copy their techniques. He copied the explosive Knuckles Slam from Knuckles, ESP from Silver.
I mean,
the
he could probably
Backguard
copy a
technique
Kamehameha,
from
so
Rouge,
that'd be
and
interesting.
even copied Shadow the Hedgehog's signature Chaos Control.
He can only copy specific moves at a time, but whatever power he takes is not limited by his physical body. This is because Metal Sonic can actually
I wouldn't really use this as scaling for Metal because this is super outdated. Metal scales to Sonic, who beat Solaris, a multiverse level threat. What the fuck even is Sonic? Like, how do we even, like, was it an anime? Was it a manga? Like, what is that, bro? Like, oh my god. Hold up, hold on. Let's see if this dude responds. Hold on. Because that doesn't even make sense. Wait, what? That just sounds ridiculous, bro. It's games? Well, hold on. Hold on. Yo, Abe.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm saying you now, bro. You're on speaker. You're on stream. I have a question for you, bro.
What?
Alright, so, like, how does Metal Sonic compare to DBZ characters?
He's getting destroyed.
Okay, so who would win? Perfect Cell versus Metal Sonic.
Cell.
Okay, well, this guy's...
Unless you're talking about Archie characters.
Yeah, cause this guy's trying to say that Metal Sonic scales to Sonic who beat Solaris, a multiverse level threat. But
What?
yeah, I don't like that's what he's saying, but I haven't heard any of this.
No, no, he does not. Neo Metal Sonic from Sonic Heroes, that's the game that comes out. That's takes place before that whole fight even happened. So I don't know what he's talking about.
Alright, so the next death battle is gonna be Perfect Cell versus Metal Sonic.
Yeah, Metal Sonic is low-key gonna get his shit fried. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Yeah, cause like, what is he gonna do about the regeneration? That's my question.
But he's not even solar system level, bro.
Alright, bro, I appreciate it.
If we're talking strictly about game characters, they're not really doing anything as DBZ characters.
Alright, but I had to call you up because I don't know anything about Sonic.
Alright,
Alright, bro, I appreciate it.
peace.
See ya. Yeah, well, I mean, you heard him. I mean, that guy fucking lives and breathes Sonic. So I mean, I don't. Hey, it's up to whatever. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. That's it for today. I'm gonna go ahead and get off for now. 9 times out of 10, I don't know if I'm gonna stream during the Super Bowl, but if I do, it's probably just gonna be Elden Ring. If I do stream during the Super Bowl, I really want to save my Elden Ring footage because I'm getting a lot of watch hours from it. But if I think that I can somehow stream during the Super Bowl and still get views, I'll do it. Because why not? I don't think Souls fans really watch sports anyway. So I'll see y'all in the next one. This was a really fun one to watch. See ya.